Hey guys, this is a pick a card reading on what does my person dislike about me. So I'm going to give a trigger warning because I may say some stuff you guys don't like, and you have to remember that this is their perception of you. It may not be true, but this is how they're feeling, um, and that's what they see within you. So it is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. And also, guys, I have hay fever, so I may sneeze here and there, and my eyes might itch. It is hay fever. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know that um, ahead of time. So I may pause a bit, but like I can't do anything about it. So we have pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. I'm gonna go to pile number one now. So what does your person dislike about you, pile number one? Well, first thing I got was you guys are you're very much proud of your culture, you know, where you come from, and I would just like to say on a side note, I think that's a really good thing. Everyone should be proud of where they come from, you know what I mean? But you know, you may overdo it a bit, and your person's just kind of like, okay, you know, your culture's great and that, pile number one, but you know, you don't have to push it down my face like every 5 minutes. And two, you can embrace other cultures. So they just feel like you're just too much into your own culture, and while they think that's good, they're just kind of like sometimes some of you can kind of like force it too much, like push. I'm trying to be very kind of how I say this. You guys like to, I think in you guys' perspective, you like to show your person, different ways and different beliefs, systems, and everything to do with your culture. But they're just kind of like, I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask you about that. Like they they're not trying to be rude, but they wasn't trying to, you know, hear a whole essay about it. And two, sometimes they feel like you don't embrace other cultures, and you don't give other cultures a chance when it comes to embracing them. And some of you kind of just feel like, yeah, your culture's the best and that's it. So that's for some of you. For some of you, you're just really loud, and your person's just like, do you have to be loud every 5 minutes? Some of you, they may have actually told you this. Some of you, they think this in their head, and they may be too scared to tell you. But yeah, some of you are pretty loud, and they're just like, there should be no reason why you're this loud. Um, you're being loud for no reason, etc. Some of you are like, you wear this hat that, your person dislikes. These are like petty things. Okay, the first thing was actually quite serious, like the whole culture thing. Cool, that's serious. But like the loudness, and wearing a certain is it may not be a hat in particular, but there's a certain type of clothing you wear like repetitively, and your person's just like, why do you have to keep wearing that? Um, they really don't like it, but they don't want to hurt your feelings. Some of you also are a bit dramatic. And they're just like, number one, why just be dramatic about everything? Like, just calm down. Not everything is a soap opera. Calm down. So yeah, they guys. Obviously, they love you, but they just feel like you do too much sometimes, as you can see. Some of you, you get very angry quick, but it can turn quite physical. This is for some of you. Like, how do I say this? You're really quick to turn into aggressive mode for some of you, and your person's just like, not everything, is a war. Not everything you have to fight about, argue about. So yeah, they're just like, just calm down. You know, things can get sorted with, things can get sorted in a calm way. It doesn't have to be a war. So that's what I got intuitively from the charm. But let's go. What does pile number one's person dislike about them? pile number one's person dislike about them? Strength. Yeah, you guys are very strong-willed individuals, and you know that is actually a good thing. Like, guys, don't get it twisted, but this person's just like, sometimes you can be a bit stubborn, and sometimes it's your way or the highway, and they're like, it's just unnecessary. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. Sometimes relax, sometimes let someone else take the lead. So yeah, that's how they feel. They just feel like sometimes you just like to have, it's not so much control over a situation, but it's kind of like no one's going to tell you what to do, and no one's going to make you do something you don't want to do. And this person is just like, okay, but can you give things a try? And you guys are like, no, if I don't like it, I don't like it, and I'm not doing it. So yeah, they kind of dislike this attitude that you have regarding new things and doing things you don't really want to do. Okay, wow. Wow. We have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Queen of Cups first. Some of you guys can be a bit too motherly. And when I say motherly, sometimes you can be a bit suffocating. And your person's just like, I already have a mum. I have a mum, okay? I don't need you being mum number two, pile number one, okay? I'm fine. But some of them, obviously, I'm getting some of them are a bit, no offense, they're a bit chicken. They're not actually going to tell you this. But some of your significant others or love interests, they basically feel like you just act a bit too motherly sometimes. You kind of want to, you're too protective as well. And they're like, I need to be able to explore new things, do new things, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just don't allow them to do that, or you want to monitor everything like a mum does, and they're just like, that's unnecessary. I don't like that. Even if you're a guy, you still come off quite maternal, but it's to the point where it's just too much. And they're just like, this is not necessary. I appreciate that you love me. That's cool, pal number one. But you're doing this mother thing a bit too much now. It's a bit too much. Some of you want to be with your partner like majority of the time. Like whenever they want to go somewhere, you want to go to. And some of them may want some space. So yeah, they don't like how like you always want to be around them. So it's not that they don't want to be around you. It's just for them, you don't really understand what space is, and yeah, they don't know how to tell you they want a bit more space. It's not that they're losing interest, but you don't really know what moderation is according to them. So yeah. Also, some of you guys, there's a percentage of you guys that trust others a bit too much. Like, you're too trusting of others, and your person's like, that's not the one and that's not the two, pile number one. Is not wise to trust people, because certain people don't have your best interest at heart. So they just feel like that they don't kind of like that you trust people too much. And some of you like to be friends with a lot of people, and this person's just like, no, like, no, because they don't really want to be your friend. I'm feeling for some of you, this person feels like people like to use you, and if people want to be your friend, is to use you. I know that sounds very pessimistic, but there may be something that your person's seeing that you're not seeing. So you may want to think about that. But they just feel like you're too trusting, and people just like to use you, but you just think people actually want to be your friend. While that may be, true for some people, this person just feels like, no, like, some of the people you pick up don't have your best interest at heart, and they will use you, and you really think they're your friend out here, and they're not. So that's something that they dislike about you. We had the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay. Some of you are very superstitious, and it could be because that maybe there may be certain beliefs that maybe your culture has, or you've just grown up a certain way to have, not a certain way. I didn't mean for that to sound rude. What I mean is, you may have grown up believe in certain superstitions, and you carry it with you. And sometimes you might say, "Oh, don't do this." To it's like you guys might go out somewhere or do something, and your person might do something, that can cause a negative consequence due to superstition, and you guys will say, "Oh my gosh, no, partner, don't do this because you'll get bad luck." It could literally even be a thing where you guys walk on the road. I'm trying to think of one. Like, you guys walk on the road and they step on a crack. And you guys are like, "No, oh my gosh, no, you can't be stepping on cracks because you'll break your mother's back." Just stuff like that. And the person's like, "Are you serious? Like, stepping on the crack is not going to break my mom's back. Like, you're doing too much now." So they just feel like it's unnecessary. Um, they just feel like you're just very cautious of bad luck and that. And this person may not function so much on luck. Um, they may not believe in it. They may believe more. They may have more of a logical view of maybe those things don't really. Some people don't really believe in like the law of the universe and superstitions. They don't believe in these stuff. They just believe what they see, and because there's no personally, I think there's physical evidence of the laws of the universe, but for some people, they just feel like that's just a theory, and your person may be one of those people. And when you kind of present, these superstitions and laws of the universe to them, they might be like, "That's not true. You're doing too much." So yeah, they're not really, they don't really like that. They just think it's a bit too airy fairy. Is a bit too. It's not real, basically. I'll try and see if there's more information. Because it's on top of the friends card, yeah. Some of them feel like you hang around with people that just bring like bad energy towards you. Every time you hang with certain people, they um, they bring you some sort of misfortune that you didn't need to receive if you had not even bothered talking to them in the first place. Obviously, from what I'm saying, it kind of sounds like you guys probably like, "Who is this guy or girl to tell me I can't hang with certain people?" I hear that, but if what I'm saying is true in terms of you do have friends that kind of um, every time you hang with them is some bad news, you may want to consider what they're saying then, because it doesn't sound like it's a lie if that's the case. Do you know what I mean? So you guys might have to think about that one. Nine of Cups reverses at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, you just feel a bit unfulfilled in some places, and your person might feel that sometimes you're a bit ungrateful. In terms of like maybe they present you something, a gift, or they bring you somewhere nice that they thought you would have appreciated. You guys might sit there like, I mean, this is nice, but I did want to go to XYZ, and they're just kind of like, I paid big money to bring us here, and you're complaining about you wanted to go to XYZ. So they just feel like sometimes you're a bit ungrateful. Sometimes they feel like they do a lot and you don't appreciate it. Oh my gosh, guys, sorry if this sounds rude, but this is what I gotta do. I gotta say it. Sometimes, yeah, they just feel like you don't appreciate like what you have right now. So it may be a thing where you guys are like super ambitious, and whenever you achieve something, you want to do the next thing. You want to get climb up the ladder of success more and more and more. You don't stop, and I kind of understand that because I kind of have the same mindset, guys. Like you never stop. You just carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, right? But this person's issue is that you don't stop to smell the roses sometimes. Sometimes you don't appreciate what you already have. And while maybe you guys are sitting there thinking, "Yes, I do," they really feel like you don't. Let's see what else. What does pile number one's person dislike about them? I'll focus reversed. Okay. I can't take all those cards, but I'll take the one that flipped over. I think this is reversed. Aries will reverse. One more. Tough wisdom. Okay. At bottom of the deck we have Helios cycles. So guys, there's certain things that you should be focused on that you're not really focusing on. So this person's like, okay, cool, you always want to know where I am, what I'm doing. You don't really appreciate certain things that are being done for you. You're so focused on superstition and certain beliefs of your culture. I'm not trying to be disrespectful people, but I'm trying to get the message out respectfully as I can. But there's certain things that you're not focusing on that you need to focus on. So maybe they could be like, you know, you may want to so if this person is someone that kind of likes their space, they kind of feel like you're not really intuitively you're not picking it up that they may want space. You're not picking up that, you know, they want some appreciation and gratitude. These are the things that they feel like you should be picking up, and they feel like you're not. And they feel like, because this is blue and that focuses on the throat chakra and is reversed, it's pretty much like there's certain things that they want you to speak about, or certain things that they want you to ask them, and you don't do it. And they don't like that sometimes. So, and for some of you, sometimes they feel like you're a bit self-centered, and there's certain things that they would like you to explore about them, and they feel like you just don't do it enough. This person, okay, so war's reversed, but I'm not getting that it's because you guys avoid conflict. It's actually the opposite. Like, whenever you guys disagree with something, like, you're ready to get angry, and it may be physical fight, but it could just be like a verbal fight as well. It depends. Everyone's fighting technique is different, but you guys just get really angry, and this person's kind of like, sometimes just leave things, just accept that something's gone wrong and move forward in a peaceful manner. And you guys are kind of like, I'm hearing Cardi B, if a bitch be for me, we gonna be forever. So you guys are kind of like, the argument's not done. If I see this person on roads, we're going to fight. Every time I see them, we're going to fight, and I don't care. I don't want to hear no apology. We're not making up when it's not okay. Like, nope, we're not going to be friends again. And yeah, every time I see them, it's going to be conflict. I'm not keeping it cute. I'm not fake. Anytime they have verbals for me, meaning anything rude to say to me, I'm going to say something rude back, because I'm not a punk. So they feel like this is the vibe you have, and they're like, this is unnecessary, panel one. This is unnecessary. You don't have to behave like this. But I feel like you guys have a lot of what's the word? It's kind of like you guys know yourself, basically, and you're just like, no, like, I'm not dead in any beef. I'm not diffusing any argument with anyone who has disrespected me, because every time you disrespect me, I will disrespect you. You guys are just pretty much like tit for tat. Don't disrespect me and I won't disrespect you. It's very simple. And this person's like, no, just leave it. So it's like, it's different. You guys have different ways of dealing with conflict, and they just don't understand your way. What kind of, okay, so some of you have like a smart mouth. So you guys are actually very intelligent people. And this person doesn't like that. So sometimes when they're kind of explaining to you certain flaws you may have, it's not even really flaws, because flaws I feel like you can't, okay, cool. Certain flaws that you can kind of work on, they try to explain to you this, or they try to hint it to you, and then like you guys will kind of respond with, okay, but logic. It's like you have a logical explanation as to why you behave a certain way, and they're not really good at arguing or debate. I would say they're not really good at debating as well as you are. So they just feel like their point just got dismissed and everything just goes your way, and they don't like that. And they're just kind of like, cool, you're smart in that, and that's great in that, but don't use it against me, because I'm actually trying to give you constructive criticism and you just think you know everything. So yeah, they don't really like that about you guys. Cycles. So the thing is, you guys can end up in a lot of cycles, in terms of, okay, so with friends, some of you just pick up some really bad friends and they don't like that. They're just like, you're going to speak to that same person again. So you guys could like end up having a fight with a friend and then you're friends with them the next week or something. So is weird is like, okay, let me not say weird, that's rude. Is like, some of you, like, there's people that you'll argue with and you'll argue with them for life. And then there's some people where, because they was your friend, you'll argue and then you're like, okay, but we're still friends, so let's make up. And it's that over and over again, and your person's just like, that's not really productive nor constructive, and that's not really doing anything great for your mental health, so why would you do that to yourself? They just feel like you could elevate so much further, and it's frustrating because they know that you're very intelligent, but you're not using it when it comes to connections with people. And they just feel like it's the same cycle over and over again, especially when you dismiss what they say as well. They're like, so you're just going to keep doing that to me over and over again, dismissing what I'm saying. So yeah, they get irritated about that, guys. What does pile number one's person dislike about them? We have shallow grave, you miss someone reversed. I'm not taking all that, guys. Like, 3 cards flew out. No, I only want 2 more. Okay. No, she really came out. Okay. Grumpy Red Fairy, be yourself. Which you guys are. But this person feels like you could, tone it down a bit. What is pile number one dislike about? Pile number one person dislike? Okay. Power of 3. Okay, so yeah, collisions of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energy. Storm Angel, you guys have a completely different belief system to your person, and you guys clash, and they're just like, I don't get what you're saying, I don't get your beliefs, I don't get your morals, I don't understand it. You're aggressive, they're passive. You will keep having cycles with people. They will cut people off if they experience any type of negativity. So they just feel like, what are you doing, basically? I know that's rude, but that's just how they're thinking. Obviously, they still love you, but we're talking mainly about what they dislike in it, guys. Obviously, nothing great is gonna come up, right? So you miss someone, shallow grave is reversed because you don't allow yourself to miss someone. You're always like talking to people, even if you've had an argument with them. You're always reviving a situation. I know I'm repeating myself, but they're just like, you don't even allow yourself to like grieve over a connection that's done. And sometimes for some of you, it's literally grieving, like trigger warning. So some of you may have lost someone, but you haven't really thought about how it's made you feel. You haven't taken the time to just sit down and think about it and grieve for a bit. You're very active, and this person's just like, you don't take the time to sit down and think about your feelings. You don't take the time to sit down and think about the consequences of dealing with the same toxic people over and over again. So they're just like, what are you doing, basically? So I'm getting that you guys are very feisty. Guys, maybe fire signs, or have fire placements in your chart. But it says grumpy red fairy, be your true self. So obviously they love that you are yourself. No one wants to be around someone fake. But at the same time, they're like, you need to be able to adjust to other environments, other people's ways of doing stuff. So their whole mindset is, you don't have to believe what other people believe, but you need to learn to adapt in certain situations so there's less conflict, because conflict is unnecessary. This is what they feel like. No one's disrespecting you just because they have a different belief system, or they just feel like, just let people believe what they want to believe. Like, no one has to believe what you believe. Oh gosh, that was so rude. And so for some of you, it's literally like, just because someone does something like horrible to you doesn't mean you have to get aggressive so quick. Like, you're not supposed to show. It's like you're showing all your cards, and your person's like, why would you do that? Why would you show someone that you're upset? Then you're giving them power, basically. You're not supposed to show people that you're upset. You're supposed to have them wonder, are you upset or not, so that they don't know what to do next and you have the upper hand. They just feel like the way that you deal with conflict isn't very smart, because you're showing that you're angry, and they're just like, they don't understand why you would do that. So they have a more strategic way of dealing with conflict. You guys have a more confrontational way of dealing with conflict. That's basically the difference. Three wishy sisters, the power of three. So this could actually be your connections with other people. Maybe some of you guys are in a group. It could be a group of three, but it's just like you're in a clique or a group, and it's like this person's just like, you're awake. You know what's going on, but for some reason you want to associate yourself with these people that are just asleep, meaning they're not really aware of what's going on. They're not trying to do well in life. They're very toxic, and you know this, but you want to sit there and socialize with them. Like, why would you do that? Why would you bring yourself down? They really don't like some of your friends. I'm so sorry, they really don't like some of your friends. I'm gonna let you know now. That's like what I literally get from that. They just don't like it. And for some of you, it could be a thing where some of you kind of flirt too much. This is for a small percentage. I don't think this is a lot of you. Some of you, when you're talking to other people, it comes across as flirty. And you guys may not necessarily be flirting. You're just a really friendly person. But your person's just kind of like, I feel like you are involving third parties into our connection. So it may not necessarily be a thing where you've cheated, but it could be a thing where you're making your person feel a bit insecure because you're being a bit too friendly with the sex that you're attracted to. Yeah, that's the best way to say that, basically. So they're starting to feel a bit intimidated, because basically there's a boundary you're crossing. They're not saying you can't talk to people and have strong connections with the sex that you're attracted to, but you're kind of, it's coming across as too flirty and too nice, and they just feel like you're violating, because they feel like when it comes to the sex they're attracted to, they're not doing that. They're not trying to make you feel insecure. I mean, you guys may not be trying to do this, but this is how they're feeling, like you're letting other people into the connection because you're too friendly, and they don't really like that. But yeah, part number one, that's what your person, these are the things your person dislikes about you. If you like this reading, like and subscribe to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But now I'm going to go to part number two. Part number two, this is if you chose a star. So this has given me hater already, because I'm telling you guys, like, the star is such a positive symbol, but I'm gonna try and see if there's any actual legit reason as to why. Sorry, because right now this is giving me hater, but I'm gonna see if there's actually a legit reason as to why, you know, this person dislikes certain things about you. Because part number one, like, some of those were kind of valid, because obviously the person had a strong personality. Part number one, they have strong personalities. Part number two, if so far what I'm seeing is you guys are just very ambitious people. You're go-getters. You strive for success. But maybe your person may be a bit more of, let's say, a traditional person in terms of maybe they're fine with what they already have. Maybe they're just okay with the mundane, and you guys are like, what? Mundane? No, we strive for success out here. We we want more. We achieve more. This is your mindset. We need more, more, more. We need to do well. And this is the thing. I'm not even saying I. So it's like you guys do want to bring your love interest or partner with you on the ride, but for some reason your partner or love interest has an issue with you wanting to do well in life. I'm sorry, I know that sounds pessimistic, but this is what I'm getting. You guys are very popular as well. Your person don't like that. They're just like, obviously you can't help it if you're popular. Like, if people like you, people like you. Part number two, it is what it is. But your person seems to have an issue with this. They're just like, okay, but why do you have to be so popular? Like, they feel like you have basically caused your popularity. And you know, I personally don't think that's the case, because some people may try to do the same thing as you, but they may not be as popular because they're not you. Does that make sense? So sometimes you just are you're that bitch, or you're that guy. Like, people just like you. It is what it is. But for some reason, guys, and I'm guessing it's because of insecurity, your person just doesn't like that. They don't like it. I don't like it. Um, so the star, I know a card hasn't come out yet, but the star kind of gives me Aquarius vibes. Maybe there's an Aquarius person that you're hanging around with a lot, and your person doesn't like it. So it could be Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, Aquarius Venus, whatever. They have Aquarius in their chart, and it's just like, your person's just like, why are you like spending so much time with them? I don't really like that. I don't like that. And they don't like them, so they don't like that you spend time with them. Maybe you guys talk about this person a lot, and they're just like, why are you talking about them? I don't care about them. Shut up. Like, they don't want to hear it. And that's not what I'm getting. So let's go. Let's go. I don't know, guys. I'm quite an ambitious person, so I don't really understand people that don't wanna. They don't wanna strive for success. I don't get it. Like, I don't. I don't get it. I don't think you guys are doing anything wrong so far, but maybe the cards will prove me wrong. What I will say to you, pile number two, is don't let anyone stop you from striving for success. Like, keep going. Like, sorry, I know this is your partner, but that don't mean stop striving for success, you know. That means keep going. Okay. What's pile number two's person dislike about them? Princess of Pentacles reversed. That's rude. So for some of you, it's a thing where you want to do, and you want to do a lot of things, but some of you just haven't found out the information about what you need to do to get there. So your person's just like, you want to do all these things, you know, you want to get so far, but do you even know what you need to do to get there? Have you even done your research? So they're just like, you saying all these things and you don't even know, you know, you don't even know the requirements to get there. So yeah, some of them have this mentality. Some of you guys, your person just feels like Okay, guys, this is gonna come across as rude, but when the Princess of Pentacles is reversed, sometimes that can indicate someone that's not that very intelligent. And I don't like to call people dumb, and I'm not saying you guys are dumb, but this person just kind of feels like sometimes you can come across as quite dopey or a bit slow. I don't know how I was gonna say that in a nice way, guys. You know I say things in the realest way, but sometimes you just don't you do, you don't have much knowledge about certain things, and for some reason they're just annoyed about that. I guess the reason would be that you could probably do a bit more research, you could probably actually go out your way to learn certain things, and they feel like you just don't do it, and they're just kind of like, how can you be striving for success but you don't even want to find out about certain things? Like, how's that going to work? um so yeah, this person's a bit pessimistic out here. Okay, let me see what else. Some of you, this person doesn't know much information about you and it's annoying them. So this could be a connection where you guys have just started talking, maybe. And if you guys have been talking for a long time, that's awkward because this person feels like there's a lot of information I'm supposed to know about you and you don't really let me know it. And because you don't let me know it, I don't really know if the connection's stable or not as well. And if you guys are ambitious as well, that can kind of give the person the impression that you could leave them because one, you're not really you haven't really told them your business like in depth like that, and secondly, you want to go out and do a lot of things, so they're just thinking they're here for a good time, even though they want like stability with you, and they don't like that. And for you guys might think, no, like I actually like this person. Why would so if I didn't, and I didn't think it was stable, why would I watch this? But no, for some reason you've given the impression that the connection's not really that um, the connection's not really that stable. So yeah, that's how they feel. Let me see what else. What does power number two's person dislike about them? Three of Pentacles. Guys, this is giving me hater. And I'm really sorry because I don't like to. I'm a Taurus, right? So as earth signs, we really value partners in it. But this partner, I'm not liking the energy. Literally, like, you guys are someone that you communicate with people well. You work with people, especially business wise or educational. For educational purposes, you will connect with people, network with them, link with them to basically um, benefit yourself, get higher up the ladder. You do this through teamwork and networking. And this person doesn't like that. They don't like it. And I'm guessing it's because they think you're going to leave them. But yeah, you guys have strong connections with people. You're able to get along with people. And on top of that, you're able to maybe profit off it. And you're able to, go up the business ladder or, achieve certain qualifications. And this person's just like, okay. But I'm trying to think, how can you be upset about that? But because this is such a positive card, that's not good, guys. It's literally, this person doesn't like that you can do that. And I'm guessing it's because your person can't do that. Maybe they don't get along with people that well. Or it's simply that they're scared of losing you, Number two's person. The world. You guys are able to end cycles quite quickly. Not quickly, but you guys know when it's time to leave. That could be like when it comes to like people, you're just like, okay, well, the connection didn't work, bye, see you, whatever it is what it is. You're able to end it. When it comes to, you're very good at completing stuff as well. So not even just with connections with people, but like if you have a project to do, you will complete it eventually. Like, you don't do stuff and leave them hanging and give up. You're like, I'm going to complete this, and you complete it. So guys, I don't know what to say. You do what you say you're gonna do, you see it through. And with connections with people, obviously, if they're not benefiting you in any type of way, you cut it, cut it, cut it. You cut it. You're just like, nope, it's done. You're not helping me. Why are you here? Why are you in my life? You're not gonna waste my time. So you just end it. And this person's like, how could you do that? How could you just cut a connection with someone like that? And you guys are like very easily, because what, you're not benefiting me. You guys might hear like my belly growl. I'm gonna eat after the reading, but yeah, I'm a very hungry child. I like to eat all the time. But yeah, basically, I'm saying in short, they don't like that you could possibly cut them off like that. They wanted to be someone that's just in your life forever, no matter what they do. And you guys are like, no, sir, no, lady, it don't run like that. It don't work like that. Like, if you can't get with the program, if you can't collaborate with me and network with me, then we're not really, this ain't gonna work. And they're upset about that. They don't like that. So yeah. And for some of you, this is a bit bad mind, but it's literally that when you complete certain things, it makes them feel away, because it kind of highlights all the things that they haven't achieved, like, and they shouldn't really be thinking like that. Like, they should be thinking, oh, you know, pal number two's achieved something. They've taken a long time to do it, and they've done it, but and they should be praised. But for some reason, they're just upset about it, and it could just be jealousy, because every time they do something, they don't complete it, or two, they just know it's going to get you far and they're going to get left behind. I keep saying that, but guys, literally, that is the reason. That is the reason. We have the Tower. Well, it's a good thing. Another card popped up, which was the Ten of Wands. They just realised that you guys will drop anything that does not serve you. You're like, yeah, like... it can go, and you guys are very relaxed. They don't like it. You're so relaxed with how things go, like, not with your business. That's what they don't like as well. When it comes to business, money, finance, anything to do with any Pentacles energy, right? You guys are on the ball. You guys are like, I got things to do, I'm gonna do it, because there's a lot of Pentacles here, I'm telling you. But when it comes to other aspects like romantic connections, platonic connections that don't really benefit you in a financial sense, you guys are quick to say, okay, it's done, it's okay, it's fine, bye, see you, I really don't care about you, you're not going to stop my hustle, you're not going to stop my grind, you see. So they don't like that. And they don't like they know tomorrow, if they say, oh, it's done, it's over, you're going to be like, okay, see you, bye, what is this? Well, you wasn't benefiting me financially anyway, bye, see you, what? So yeah, they're upset by it, because they really like you. So yeah, it's literally, they just think that you guys are just gonna leave them. And if you wasn't so ambitious, then they wouldn't be scared about that. But no, guys, stay ambitious. What is this? Can't be pleasing. You must please yourself before you please other people, you know. Otherwise, you'll be miserable in this life. What does pile number two's person dislike about them? Dionysus. I'm pretty... Anyways, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. I'm actually going to research it. But it says ecstasy reversed. Okay. You guys are all work, no play. Some of you are like, all work, no play. You guys are like, listen, there's a time and place to have fun, and there's a time and place to work. And let me tell you something, it's not every day have fun. It's not every day drink, smoke, do the most. It's not every day party. Like, I got things to do. I got to be someone. I got things to do. And this person's just like, you could relax a bit more, like, and you guys, they're upset because you don't do it, but obviously they're upset that you don't do it because they know that with the mindset you do have, you're just going to get far and they're going to get left behind, and they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. That's too many cards. I'm not taking all that, guys. I can't take all that because I only need 2 more. Well, that one really flew. They really felt that one. They really felt that one. So it was sideways, guys. I had to turn it again. Typhon, anger, and rage reverse. So yeah, you guys, you're unbothered. You're unbothered. You're indifferent. You know, you're just like whatever. Like this person gets upset because you don't get angry. That's so funny. You don't get angry. You're like, whenever this person will purposely try to do stuff to anger you and to get you mad, and you guys are like, no, I'm not getting angry. I'm not falling for it. Like, you want me to get angry, I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna do it. And they're upset because they want some sort of reaction from you to kind of show and prove that they mean something to you. And you guys are just like, no, that's not gonna get me far. What's the point of me? What's the point of me fucking up the place and getting angry? Like, what's the point of me doing that? What's that gonna solve? You guys are just like, I'm not doing it. And yeah, you guys are so relaxed and they hate it. They're upset. They don't like it. And also, it could also be a bit of a jealousy thing where maybe they just get angry and they don't know how to control their anger. And you guys just show effortlessly that you don't have to behave like that, bro. You don't have to behave like that, sis. Just relax. Like, you guys are quite intelligent when it comes to expressing anger and that. They don't like it. Oh, and for some of you, when you're angry about something, you're not honest about it. Like, in terms of, if they've done something to irritate you, you're just like, all right, cool. All right, bet. And you just keep it moving. And they're like, did I upset him or her? Or I didn't. They're not sure. So, yeah, they don't like that because whenever a situation needs to be fixed, they don't know how to do it because they don't know if they angered you or not. So they don't think it's very productive or very constructive if you don't explain when you're angry. So that's for some of you. But it literally is, I feel like majority of you, it's just, you're just a very unbothered person. If it ain't about the money, you don't care. Like, if it's not about the money, if it's not about business, if it's not about my empire, I don't care, bro. I don't care, sis. So yeah, they're just like, they're upset about it. They want it to be more important in your life, and you're like, you can never be more important than money. You can never be important than money. Right. Pile number 2, you got this. You got Helios cycles. I'm not going to read it the same way as pile number 1 because I'm not getting the same vibe. Maui discovery reverse. They don't like that. Oh, I feel like you guys introduce new cycles. So pile number 1 was giving me, they just do the same thing over and over and over again. Pile number 2, you guys introduce new cycles into your life. Like, you finish one cycle, you go to the next cycle. Like, there's always a new cycle you start and you complete it. Like, you always finish the karmic lesson that you were supposed to learn. You understand, okay, I finished it. I now need to move on to a next lesson. You understand the lesson. You understand the assignment. You're like, boom. And this person, they don't like it. Okay, guys, they don't like it. And they don't like it because they just know you ending cycles, starting new cycles, it just is going to get you far. Sorry, I'm repeating myself because that is the reason. Discovery is reversed because yeah, I think it's something that you do too much. You guys like to discover new things, and whatever you discover, you're like, okay, cool, that's nice. Now to discover a new thing, now to discover a next thing. So you guys might like doing new courses. You guys might like exploring, certain parts of the world. You guys might, you just like doing new things. And whenever you discover something, you don't sit there like, oh, okay, cool, I've discovered this, like, I've done a lot. You don't bask in the glory. You're just like, okay, next thing now, new thing now. You're just unstoppable. They don't like it. I feel like I've just broken partner number two's heart, because I bet you guys thought your partner was very happy for you. They may be happy for you, but they're upset too. They're upset, and they feel like, and for a lot of you, your person just feels like you're way better than them and you're out their league, and this is why they're behaving like this, and this is why they think like this, and this is why they don't like certain aspects of you. And the aspects I'm getting, guys, like, it's not like cool. Part number one, I could understand, because they actually they was doing some stubborn stuff that didn't actually need to be done. But you guys, you guys are very ambitious people, and you're not doing anything bad. So I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand what the problem is. How can all this be an issue? Like, it's interesting. What does part number two's person dislike about them? Okay, wow. Miracle reverse. Yeah, it's kind of like they feel very lucky to basically be with you. It's a miracle that they're with you, and they feel like their time's going to run out soon. Like, it's going to run out soon, because you guys are just going to get far, and you're going to leave them. That's how they feel. Like about and also, you know, some people are like, oh my gosh, it's a miracle that this and this happened. You guys are kind of like, okay, that's nice that happened. What's next? What's the next miracle I can get? Like, it's just, you guys are like, okay, that's life. Like, why are you guys getting happy about something so small? Like, okay, that's great. That's nice that we've discovered that. Moving forward, like, how do we, how do I, it's not even you're just on this we think. That's why to understand your person as well. Like, for you, is that you actually consider your person while you're doing stuff as well. I feel like for some of you, actually working hard for your person, and they don't see it like that. Number two, doesn't dislike about them. A clear solution reversed, and one more card. No, that's too many. Wow. It really flew, guys. Yeah. We have the Grumpy Red Fairy Be Yourself reversed, and Mildew Fairy Cleanup Time. And the Natural World Needs You reversed. So, yeah. You see, when it says natural world, I'm getting if you guys are women, you're not the traditional type of woman. Sorry, I'm gonna say this because I actually feel like this is how like the men of society want us to be. Like, it's very much like traditional, motherly, put everyone before yourself, look after everyone before yourself, like basically just tend to your family and your man. And yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's how your person thinks. And you guys are like, no, I'm not doing that. What do you think this is? I'm a new age woman. Like, I've got things to do. Like, I've got stuff to achieve. I got businesses to make. I've got money to make. Like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, they're just upset that you're not like that. That's why the card's reversed. And if you're a guy, it's literally a thing where you're supposed to. It's like, men do the 9 to 5. They come home, look after their family. Like, literally, maybe go to the pub, go out for drinks with their guys, that traditional stuff, like family guy stuff. But it's kind of like your partner or love interest feels like you should be doing that, and you guys are on the next tier. You guys are like, no, I'm not doing that. What? I need to be I need to have multiple income from different sources. I need, like, you guys are on a whole other mindset and level when it comes to making sure that you're financially secure. And your person's just like, well, you're probably just going to go out there and find another woman that's financially secure, because you obviously don't want a traditional one like me. Like, it's just really sad. But yeah. So back to the point. I went off on a tangent there. The thing is, there's always a solution to an issue. So you're not someone that I feel like, yeah, for some of you, your person can be a bit toxic. Like, they kind of want a connection where they can argue with you. They want you to get angry, but you guys just aren't like that. You're like, no, I'm not sitting here arguing with you. Like, what's the problem? Let's sort it. You're very much like a problem solver. You haven't got time for the drama. And this person's like, why though? Why can't you like have a bit of drama in it? No, you guys are like, no. And I actually understand that. Like, why can't people just have healthy connections? But anyway, you guys seem quite healthy to me anyway. And it's just like, you're just like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make a problem. If there's an issue between us, I'm going to find a solution. You guys find a logical solution, and your person still has an issue with it. They don't like it. You guys are like, let's just solve the situation and also clean up any mess or problems or any misunderstandings. So when it's a clean up time, sometimes, yeah, people think certain things about a situation, and that may not be what's happening. So if I was to give an example, it's literally a thing where let's say a pen dropped off the table, and you've walked out the door, and then you come back in, and your person's like, so how could you just throw the pen on the floor? And you guys are like, wait a minute, hold on, calm down. I didn't throw a pen on the floor. It must have fell when I shut the door. And they're like, oh. And they're like, yeah, like, there's no need to argue. Like, I haven't got time for that. Like, next time, let's just put the pens in the pot so they don't fall on the floor, and no one gets there's no misunderstanding moving forward. You guys just find so much solutions to problems, and this person doesn't like that. I don't know why. They want some type of toxic, argumentative connection, and they feel that means you love them, and that's not healthy, guys. That's really not healthy. But anyway, part number 2, that was your reading. If you'd like this reading, like, subscribe to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But I'm gonna go now. Bye, guys. Part number 2, this is if you chose the Pegasus. So what your person dislikes about you guys is you guys can be a bit delusional. They actually feel like you guys are a bit delusional. So when I think of Pegasus, I think of mythology, and for some people that's not actually, they believe it's not real. It never really happened. And your person just feels like that's an issue with you. So maybe you have some hopes that, things can go well and things will turn out a certain way, and your person's just like, part number 3, that's unrealistic. That's not ever going to happen. It's annoying when you do this and think that, because that's not happening. That's not what's happening in real life. Like, get a grip. Like, it just annoys them. Also, I feel like you guys are kind of quick to do certain things. And maybe there's not a lot of thought process during. I know that's kind of rude. It's kind of saying that you guys act before you. You guys, yeah, you act before you think, and that's what your person kind of believes. You kind of act before you think. You just do, and they're just kind of like, there needs to be a plan before you do certain things. So some of you come off as spontaneous, but is in a bit of a destructive way to your person. They just feel like it's unconstructive. It doesn't actually benefit us in any way when you behave like that. And they're like, did you have a plan before you did that? Like, so yeah, that annoys them sometimes. Sometimes you'll do stuff and you won't really consider their feelings, and they're like, so when you decided to do this, part number 3, did you think about my feelings? Did you think about how I would feel when you would do that. Like, did you consider me at all? So it kind of irritates them. Okay, don't know why this came in my head. Some of you, you drink too much, and this person's like, okay, you need to calm down with the drinking because like it's not that great. For some of you, they actually just think you're a bit of an alcoholic, and you need to tone it down a bit. But that is for a small percentage of you. But I'm gonna get going. What does pile number three's person dislike about them? What does pile number three's person dislike about them? Eight of Cups reversed. When it's time to emotionally disconnect from a situation, you guys are kind of quick to be like, no, you guys won't do it. You guys won't let something go. Like, if something's hurt you, you kind of go on and on about it. And your person's just like, I'm not gonna lie, pile number three, I'm tired of hearing about this. I know you're hurt and you're upset, but it's annoying now. I don't want to keep hearing the same thing over and over again. It's jarring. So for those of you that don't know what jarring means, it kind of just means like, it's annoying. So yeah, they're kind of over it. They don't want to keep hearing. They don't want to hear about past partners. They're over it. They don't want to hear about how this person hurt your feelings. And it's like, cool, they've heard it like up to like 1, 2, 3 times, but you guys go on about it like 10, 20 times. They're just like, okay, now, okay, that happened. Get over it. Like, when are you gonna get over it, man? Come on. So yeah, they're just that's so insensitive. I should even laugh because I actually don't know what happened to you guys, but I'm sorry. If something bad happened, like, I'm really sorry, guys. But it's the way that your person's reacting. It's literally like, I'm tired of hearing about this. Like, Pano 3 needs to get a grip. Like, cool, that happened, but move forward now. Come on. So, yeah. They just feel like sometimes you do pity party a bit, and they're just like, no, man, come on. And then it is a thing where some of you won't disconnect from certain people that you need to disconnect from. They believe, okay, there's always a time to remove yourself from certain people, and you guys just don't do it. And they're just like, why have you not done it yet? Like, what's going on? And with the Pegasus here, it can literally be a thing where they feel like you're quite delusional in the sense where you think a connection can get a bit better. And they're like, it's not going to get better. They threw food in your face. They slept with your brother. No. They slept with your ex. They slept with your partner at the time. Like, what? What are you talking about? Why are you... Some of you there, yeah, they could have slept with your brother, actually. But it's like, why without your permission? Because there's nothing wrong with sleeping with people's brother, innit? But obviously, sometimes you need the permission of the friend that you're friends with, like, but anyway, the point is, I don't know why I spoke about that, but the point is, yeah, they're just like, it's done now, move on, just move on with your life. So yeah, that is so rude, but yeah, for some of you, you guys who kept banging on about something and it was annoying them, and for some of you, you have a toxic connection with someone and they're like, you need to cut it. It's kind of, that was kind of a problem pile number one had as well, to be honest. I said pile number one while I shuffled, so let me actually, no, I don't think that counted. Let's start again. What does pile number three's person dislike about them? Okay. Alright, cool. The world. I'm gonna need some clarification because that just contradicts everything I just said, but maybe I'm not understanding it properly. Oh, okay, no, I get it now. You guys want to go out into the world and see new things, do new things, And you feel like once you see and do these new things, then that will kind of it will kind of heal you in a sense. It will make you feel a bit more better about yourself. But it's annoying because this is annoying to this person because they're just like, that's not how healing works. Part number 3, how it works is you basically really think about what's happened, accept what's happened, and get on with your life. In terms of, you just do what you need to do, and after a while it won't hurt so much because it's not an active thing that's happening in your life because you've ended the connection with someone. But they just kind of feel like you're trying to find ways outside of that to heal, and they're just a bit annoyed because they're like, that's not how the healing process works. If anything, you're distracting yourself from healing. You're trying to find distractions so you don't have to deal with the pain, and this is why you haven't healed yet, and this is why I'm not hearing the end of it, and it's doing my head in. So yeah, that's what they're frustrated with. Like, you won't deal with your healing properly, and they're the ones that has to suffer in terms of hearing about the same thing that happened time ago, basically. The Hermit's reversed because what they don't like is sometimes you guys just don't know how to stay in your house. Now, I can't believe I said it like that. That was kind of rude, but obviously this is how this person's feeling. Like, I feel like some of you like to go out a lot. You guys kind of come across to me as like the dreamers. And yeah, you guys give me Pisces energy. It's very dreamy, and basically, yeah, it links back to the world card. Like, the Hermit takes time to really to isolate themselves and stay inside and do some soul searching and think about why certain things have happened. And you guys don't do that. That's how your person feels. You guys don't do that. And this is why you're still heartbroken, because you just won't. You refuse. Yeah. And yeah, what kind of annoys this person is you don't do any soul searching as well. So it's one thing to heal from something that's happened, but secondly is another thing to actually think, okay, so how can I become more spiritually in tune with myself? How can I accept what's happened and take it as a karmic lesson instead of a misfortune? You guys don't really do that, and this person gets really annoyed that you don't do that. So yeah, some of you may be watching this like, but I do that, so why are they saying that? Like, that's how they feel, guys. I'm just a messenger. Don't attack me. Right. Oh, but then there's a group of you where you're quick to kind of end connections with people just because you got hurt. And they're just like, what's that about? So there's some of you that are just actively out there doing stuff and not dealing with your heartbreak. And then there's some of you that have been heartbroken, and what you're doing is you're purposely isolating yourself from everyone, and you're cutting a lot of people off. You're just cutting a lot of opportunities off, friends, family, and your person's just like, I understand you're hurt, but you don't have to behave like that. Like, when someone does something hurtful to you, you're quick to just cut them off, and your person's just like, you don't have to do that though. Like, sometimes you'll cut off someone that has nothing to do with the situation that hurt you, and they're just like, that's not really fair. That's not fair. Part number 3, that's what they believe. And the Pegasus is for the people that cut off people quick, is giving me the impression that this person feels like you're delusional in the respect where you think everyone's going to hurt your feelings and everyone's going to do something horrible to you, and this is why you cut people off and you don't go out there. And they're just like, at this point, that's just delusional, part number 3, because like, not everyone is a horrible person. Like, I know you've been around horrible people, but they're not all like that. So yeah, they get annoyed by that. So it's like 2 different people. Like, the first group of people just go out there and do a lot and not really think about how they feel, and the second group of people isolate themselves too much. And we have the Magician reversed, and we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, so for the ones that kind of stop talking to people, you guys basically you guys feel like you can't manifest a lot. If this person says, oh, why don't you go and like do a new course, you guys will be like, no, I don't think I'm good at it, I'm probably gonna fail, I'm not gonna do it. Like, or they're like, if you could say something like, oh, I kind of like drawing, and then, or painting, and then they're like, okay, so why don't you practice your painting skills? Why don't you buy some, paint oils and that? And you guys are like, oh, well, it's not really gonna, probably won't even make me feel better. So no, it's just very pessimistic, and like it's kind of, you're coming across like you can't manifest anything, and it's annoying to this person because they feel like you could if you could change your mindset. For some of you, you're quite manipulative. Um, I know that's not nice to hear, but it's in a negative way, in terms of like your person's starting to feel like maybe a connection didn't work out for you because you was manipulative. Maybe you kind of show manipulative behavior to your person, and they're thinking, oh, that's why that person did that to you, because you're a bit manipulative. Like, I know that's not nice. Bar number 3, like, wow, this one's a bit deep, but yeah, they just kind of feel like if something went wrong, it was maybe kind of your fault because of your behavior. That's for those of you that are manipulative. But for those of you that aren't, it's literally a thing where you just feel like you can't manifest a lot just because of the one person that hurt you. And this person's just like, you're sounding really tragic out here, partner with you. You're sounding tragic. So, yeah, they're just like, it's not the end of the world. A lot of you don't really believe in yourself as much as your person believes in you, and it's a bit upsetting for them to see. They wish that you believed in yourself more, then you could manifest more. That's what they believe. The Ace of Swords is reversed. So for those of you that like to go out a lot, you don't really talk about the deep stuff. You don't talk about anything that's hurt you because you obviously want to not think about it. But the person just feels like, that's not really helping you. I'm trying to help you, and you don't want to talk. Obviously, we need to respect that everyone wants to talk in their own time. But for you guys, this person feels like you just don't want to talk about it. And your person gets annoyed because you don't want to talk about it. They don't understand you, and they feel like they should at least understand why you behave a certain way. You know what I mean? They can to an extent, but there's more information they want to know, and they don't know because you won't tell them. So yeah, and then for some of you, for those of you that have basically disconnected yourself from the world because of a hurt that you're going through, your person just kind of feels like you've kind of cut them off too. You stop talking to them, and they don't like that because they're like, I haven't done anything to you. Like, you're really not going to talk to me. For some of you, if this person did do something to you, they're just kind of like, could you at least talk to me so we can solve it? They just don't like how the solution to your problems are, don't talk to no one. I'm not talking to anyone now because this is what's happened to me. They're like, you need to get over yourself. Sorry, no, it's not even funny. So guys, you have to leave me because like, I find things a bit funny in it, but I do understand I need to be sensitive because like something serious could have happened. Everyone's situation is different. I'm not laughing at you. So, Knight of Swords reverse. Knight of Swords. Why did I say that? Knight of Pentacles reverse. Well, Knight of Swords reverse because you guys aren't talking. But Knight of Pentacles reverse meaning. I'm just gonna leave that here. You guys don't offer much security to your person, and it's not just your person, but it's things in life. So you guys don't stay committed to things, you don't stick things out, and they even feel like they're in a connection with you, and you haven't really said, oh yeah, this is a stable connection. Some of you haven't even said we're boyfriend or girlfriend. You haven't shown that you take this situation very seriously, and they really don't like that. They find you very non-committal, and they're just like, so when is that going to change? Like, I've been talking to you for a while now, so you're really just going to sit here and not commit to me? Like, I don't get it. I've been here for you. So they really don't like that. They don't like that, guys. They don't like it. They don't like that. What does pile number 3's person dislike about them? And because you guys don't fully commit to other obligations, this is why you can't manifest a lot, because you're not even trying. They feel like you're not even, if you did something and stuck to it, till the very end, then you would see progress. But because you don't do that, nothing's working out for you. That's what they believe. What's pile number three's person dislike about them? Really, I shuffle so many times. Well, it's kind of true. Maui discovery. You guys don't want to go out there and discover things. You guys don't want to do it. You guys don't want to. You guys don't want to find new friends. You don't want to find a new job. You don't want to find a new hobby. You know, you don't want to find new ways to do it. You just like, no, you don't want to do it. Like, and your person's like, how can you live like that? How can you live like just by isolating yourself from people? How do you do that? And for some of you that like to go out a lot, you're going out finding so many different things, and you're not sticking to one thing. You don't know what your niche is, or you don't. You're going out discovering things thinking that is going to benefit you, but you're not doing the internal work to help yourself. So that's for those that are actively going out to not deal with their feelings. And then there's a group of you that just that are isolating yourself, and you're not speaking to no one, you're not discovering new things, and like your person's just like, why? Like, that's not the way forward. If you went out there and made yourself a bit more open, then maybe you could find trustworthy people, but you just think they don't exist, and there's a bit delusional. Like, that's how they feel. Number three's person dislike about them. A newbie's protection reversed. You guys just don't feel very protected and secure, and your person feels like that may be the reason why you don't want to offer any stability to them, because you may feel that they're not really offering stability to you, even though they've said that they are. So you guys just don't feel protected in any way, shape or form. You don't feel protected. You feel like they don't protect you, and they're just like, they're upset about that, because they feel like they really look out for you, and you guys are like, I look out for myself. You say you look out for me, but I don't really know about that, because people have disappointed me, and you're most probably going to disappoint me too. And your person's just like, don't compare me to your old people. Don't compare me to people that have disappointed you. Don't compare me to your exes, because I'm not like that. So they're getting really angry about that, because they're like, cool, these people in the past didn't look after you, but don't put me in the same category, because that's not how I am. So yet again, when I'm saying this, I'm getting a bit angry. So they're actually really angry about that. If you've kind of shown them that you don't really trust them in that respect. Inventiveness, and what I got instantly from this is there's always an excuse with you guys. This is how they feel. Like, if they're like, why don't you do this? Why don't you try this? You guys are like, oh well, this and this is gonna happen, so I'm not gonna do it. Like, there's always something new. There's always a new excuse as to why you don't want to do something new. And they're just like, there's like, come on now. Or you'll find a bad consequence in a situation. It hasn't even happened yet, because you're not even allowing it to happen. But you said, this is going to happen, so I'm not going to do it. And they're just like, what is that? For those of you that are going out doing a lot, this person's like, so why can't you focus on one thing? You guys are kind of like, well, I need time, because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket because X, Y, Z. And they're just like, what type of excuse is that? Like, they're not buying it, guys. They're just like, every 5 minutes with you is an excuse. Abundance upright. This is interesting. Okay, so for some of you, are just very focused on your finances. It's kind of similar to part number 2 in that respect. I think this is a small percentage. Some of you are focused on like finances more than the connection or your connection with other people. That's one thing you're focused on, but your person just feels like there's other things that you should really focus on. And you call your money's good, but in terms of your emotional stability, it's a bit meh, and you need to work on that, and you don't want to listen to me. So that's how they're feeling. And for some of you, they feel like you focus too much on what you don't have. You want abundance so badly. What you have now isn't good enough. What you have now you don't even realize you have it because you're focusing too much on the things you don't have. And they're just like, how do you live like that? How? So yeah, they just feel like you don't think you're an abundant person, and that's what you're really striving for. Um, but in order to be abundant, you have to be grateful for the things you already have, and you have to. You can still want, more. That is how you get more abundant. But it's also feeling grateful for what you have now. And apparently, you guys don't really show this, and that's what your person is really irritated about. And they also feel like that's another reason why you're not as abundant as you want to be, because you're too pessimistic at times, and you don't appreciate what you have now. What does pile number 3's person dislike about them? We have Lady with a Bosch Egg Ancient Wisdom. So she's very suspicious. So what they don't like about you guys is you just find everything suspicious. Everyone's out to get you. Tragic, tragic, tragic. They're just like, come on now. No one's out to get you. Stop it. And also, if you can see her environment's a bit bleak, like there's a fire in the background, the weather's horrible, she's holding a broken egg, it's just tragic. And this person's just like, okay, that happened, but it doesn't have to be like that forever. You guys are kind of like, well, this happened to me in the past, so I know that this and this is going to happen. Every time it's this happens, so I know this is going to happen. And your person's just like, you need to get over that. You need to get over it. You need to get over it. You don't know everything. You don't know everything, pile number 3. That's how they're feeling. Like, it's just you've already accepted your fate of doom. And they're like, your fate doesn't have to be doom. You're making your fate doom, basically. Too many cards. We have strangely lonely, holding on way too tight. So for whatever happens, you're holding on way too tight to it. The person that hurt you, you're holding on way too tight to them. You just need to let it go. And you won't let it go. And your person's getting irritated because you won't let it go. And it's affecting your connection because you won't let it go. So if it appears like it's not, it's because obviously your person wants to make things work with you. But it's annoying them. It's annoying them. They don't want to hear it anymore. But if they tell you they don't want to hear it, then they're not being a supportive partner. So it's a catch-22 at this point. But they'd rather just deal with hearing it and not lose you than to say I don't want to hear it and lose you. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. That not that they're gonna lose you, but that not that they're gonna leave or anything, but that like this is how they're feeling. They're just not gonna make it obvious to you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But you guys are being very tragic right now. So yeah, it's affecting them negatively. And you miss someone. So for some of you, like you're actually, for some of you, you're grieving over your ex, in terms of that the connection ended and your person's just like, oh my gosh. Some of you, a connection with someone went sideways and you won't get over it. And your person's like, oh my gosh. Some of you, this is the one where I'm actually going to have real, like proper sympathy for. Like if you guys have trigger warning, if you guys have, I'm actually going to put that in the title, trigger warning, but if you guys have lost someone, due to death, then that's understandable. But this person feels like it's okay to grieve, but you're just not allowing yourself to heal in a healthy way. That's the best way I can put it. So yeah, for those that have lost someone, I'm really sorry, and I hope you get the healing that you need. Um, yeah, and I hope you know I'm really bad with you guys when it comes to like condolences and that. I'm just really bad at that. But you know what I mean, condolences, and I hope you know you guys heal. That's the best way I can put it. At the bottom of the that we have the free face, what comes around. So some of you are pretty much fixated on revenge if this is regarding someone that did something bad to you. So a lot of you guys are like, well, you know what, this and this is going to happen to them anyway. But you just keep talking about it, like the karma that's going to happen to them, to your person over and over again. Your person's just like, I actually don't want to hear about this person now. Yeah, the karma's coming to them. Okay, like, you know. And what comes around the free face, what comes around basically means, because you're being so negative right now, you're not going out, you're not trying to manifest anything. Of course you're not going to manifest anything. Is very simple. As a circle, as a cycle, and that's what, if whatever you're putting out you're going to get back in. So if you're being pessimistic and often shutting people out, then that's what you're going to receive back, unfortunately. And your person doesn't like that, because they want you to, you know, show positive energy in that, and then you can get it back, but they feel like you don't understand that. So yeah, sorry if that was a bit rough, guys, but that was your reading pile number 3. If you'd like this reading, like and subscribe to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But I'm gonna go now. Bye, guys.